Ice on my wrist, looking kinda cool. Bad bitch with me, she ain't tryna move. Niggas staring at me, what you tryna do? Got me looking at my watch, and it's time to do.
3 Zombie Horde structure decks. This deck was just released today, and I'm pretty excited for it because it's a zombie deck and it's very Halloween themed. Kind of got it late, but I'm gonna make this video be Halloween themed. So the goal of this video is gonna just take these 3 decks, make a competitive build out of it, and then on Friday you guys are gonna see how these 3 decks, the deck I built out of this stuff pretty much, competed at locals in my Yu-Gi-Oh vlog. So with that being said, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's begin. So let's start off opening the decks. I have not seen any of these Zombie Horde stuff yet, and I'm really excited for this set simply due to the fact that the deck has Shared Ride and Anti-Spell Fragrance, which is pretty huge for what it's supposed to have. That came out pretty hard. Dragon gains 100 for each zombie monster in the field and the graveyard. When another zombie monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 zombie monster from either graveyard to your field. You're going to special summon this Red Eyes Necro per turn. That's pretty good. Toss a Necro. If this is a card that's normal summon, will be used as synchro material. 1 monster in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. If you do, all materials that are summoned are banished instead. Okay, that's pretty dope. Okay. Alright y'all, so I'm done building the deck. I did a few test hands, and this deck is legit. Now I gotta say, before I get to the actual profile itself, so sad that the structure deck only included 1 synchro monster that's a level 7, because I would really have loved to use motor cards in this deck. This deck is really good at XYZing, synchroing, linking. For the most part, since this is a $30 build, only using the structure decks mainly for beginner players who just started the game. We can only gonna use this card right here, but keep in mind this deck can be modified to be highly competitive in my personal opinion. So with that being said, I bring you guys my $30 Zombie Horde deck. So now showing The Walking Dead. 1, 2, 3 Doom King Bao LaRoche. Now his effect's pretty cool. During your standby phase, this face of card is in a field zone, and this card, if a face-up card is in a field zone and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position. You can only use this effect of Doom King Bao LaRoche once per turn. Once per chain during the damage step, except during the damage step quick effect. You can apply one of these effects, but you cannot negate that. Well, you can apply the same effect once per turn again. Negate the effect of a monster, or banish 1 monster on the field or graveyard. That's pretty good because when a zombie monster uses their effect, i.e. when you have your zombie ward on the board, your opponent tries to do something, you can negate their effect or banish their monster. Boss monster of the deck, very easy to bring out. I like it. You run 3, no exceptions. 3 Gozuki, 3 Mizuki. Now this is the bread and butter of the deck. Reason being, they fuel your graveyard and they help you keep up your they're kind of like Burning Abyss in a sense where it helps you keep up your consistency and it helps you keep up your resources with your opponent. Now, Mizuki's an old card. When you banish it from the graveyard, you can special summon a zombie out of your graveyard. You can special summon out your boss monster, which is dope. But what I love about it is we have Gozuki, which is more fairly newer. You can during your main phase, you can send 1 zombie from your deck to your graveyard, and then when he's sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie monster, except him to bring him back out. So Gozuki send Mizuki, and you can start combining off from there. If you have a graveyard field during your opponent's turn, and you're playing a non-budget build of this deck, you got a 1 card level 4 link monster or whatever XYZ right there. Pretty good, pretty powerful. You got to run 3 and 3, no exceptions. 1, 2, 3 Tot Scenario. Now, I almost did not run this card in the structure deck version of this deck, but simply due to the fact that it's a 1 card Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon, I had to run it. I love it, honestly. It's really good. Things gonna be used a lot more in competitive play, and it's overall solid card. If this card is normal summon a set, will be used as a synchro material. 1 monster in your hand can be used as material, and if you do, all materials for that summon are banished instead. The whole theme of this deck is being banished, so being banished does not hurt you. And for the rest of the turn, you're gonna special summon zombies. Pretty much he's level 3. All these guys are level 4. Your synchro's level 7. That's how you bring them out. So essentially you can go boom, synchro, banish off, and then bring them back later. So really good. Run 3 because this is a 1 card. This guy, and this guy's okay. He's not that good. He's okay. 1, 2, 3 Zombie Master. Funny thing about him, I had to see, because I remember at one point he was limited to 2, so I had to make sure he wasn't limited before I added him at 3 in his deck. And he's a really good card. You know, pitch a card, special summon a zombie from your deck from your graveyard to the field, level 4 lore. What's there not to love about him? You can pitch a card, bring this little guy back, and synchro off. He's solid, honestly. And once again, in non-budget builds, you got him on 3. He's Zombie Master, and he helps span a field. And a lot of plays where if you already have a graveyard and you have 2 Zombie Masters in hand, you can go on your opponent, Zombie Master, pitch Zombie Master, effect, special Zombie Master, 3600 damage per game. Really cool, really powerful. 1, 2, 3 Necro World Banshee. Now this card is pretty solid as well. I like the fact that she's really a stun card, and honestly this deck, just looking at it, is a stun deck. If Zombie World in the field zone cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, also neither player can target it with effects. Quick effect: you can banish this card from your field or graveyard, activate 1 Zombie World directly from your deck or from your hand. You can only use this effect in Necro World Banshee once per turn. So essentially you can summon her. Your opponent tries to do something like, say, for example, I think Sky Strikers, this hurts Sky Strikers, I believe. Any deck that requires their types, like let's say for example against Gokis and they need to bring out their ISO, banish her, bring out Zombie World, they all become zombies, you can't bring out ISO. And anything else that's archetype requirement, you can't do. So this is really good. It also helps you get around people who use goals in match, the one that makes you force into 1 type. So yeah, overall solid card, love it. 1, 2, 3 Pyramid Turtle. Now this is old school zombies, but Pyramid Turtle is solid because when he dies, you can always chump block into another Pyramid Turtle if your opponent's trying to just spam you and just attack. If you don't want to do that, you can just destroy him by battle and bring out your boss monster. So solid. You run 3. He's, like I said, he helps you keep your advantage on the board, so you have to run 3. 2 Caution. Now this card got added to the last deck at the last minute because I realized how powerful it is in this structure deck build. In non-budget structure deck builds, you can run it as a tech 1-up because it's still a good card. You cannot be normal summon a set, must be special summoned from your hand by controlling 2 or more zombie monsters. If this card is special summoned, shuffle as many other monsters on the field as possible into the deck. And if you do, this card's attack becomes 1,000 times the number of face-up monsters shuffled into the deck this way, whose original type was zombie. So, if you bring this out and it resolves, your opponent has a full field, and that all sets can't be destroyed by battle by card effects. He shuffles. So, essentially, you open up him, Zombie Master, pitch, Turtle, shuffle into the deck, these 2 guys, shuffle your opponent's board wipe, attack for game. So freaking good. So I think 1 is too not enough, only because you're probably never going to draw because this deck doesn't have a lot of draw power because it's more of a stun deck. But 2 is very optimum for this build. 1, 2, 3 Zombie Power Struggle. This card, bruh, I love it so much. Target 1 zombie monster in the field. Until the end of this turn, it gains 1,000 attack or loses 1,000 attack. During your main phase with this card in your graveyard, you can shuffle 1 of your banished zombies monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use effective zombie master's power struggle once per turn. Love it. Run 3. No exceptions. I love anything that can be used during a damage step. Zombies seems to be a deck that wants to hit you fast like heroes. I love the way it plays. Run power struggle at 3. No exceptions. 2 Book of Life, not 3. I feel like you never really want to open this card, and if you do open it up, you want to open up 1. So just based on the fact that it has a clause that you have to banish 1 of your opponent's monsters and bring out your monster back at the same time, you run 2. You don't need 3. You don't want to brick it out. Obviously 3 Zombie World. This is the deck card that makes the deck function. All monsters on a board and in the graveyard become zombie monsters. Neither player contributes summon monsters except zombie monsters. Now, I did not know it had that clause, so neither player contribute monsters except zombie type monsters. So, True Draco. Against True Dracos, they can't do anything. so freaking good. This deck pretty much just counters True Draco, like straight up. So if you play this against True Draco and they don't have anything, they lose. Just straight up, they lose. Also, the deck comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got Share right here. I'm about to have a good time. Oh my god, I'm so lame for that. Share Ride. The deck doesn't have hand traps, but Share Ride is really good right now. Against Sky Strikers, it allows you to draw a card for every time they search. Overall, solid card for the format. You run 3 because it came out of the structure deck. No exceptions. 1 return from the zombies. Now, this card barely made it because I needed to replace a card from the deck after doing some test hands, and it states banish 1 zombie monster in the field, then special summon 1 zombie monster from the graveyard of the player who controlled it to their field in defense mode. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle 1 of your banished zombies back into the deck and then set this card. So since you'll be setting this card, you can pretty much reuse it again. I like it because when Zombie Horde is on board, it's pretty much a spot removal. Yeah, you can bring back their effect Veiler out of it. And then the thing is, you get to choose the monster they bring back. So it can be like a weak effect Veiler or whatever. So I like it. It's a good spot removal, and it can reset itself if you're running long resources. You run 1, you don't run 3. You don't definitely want to open up with it. 2 Metaverse to get to your zombie worlds, no explanation there. And then 1, 2, 3 anti-spell fragrance, because like I said, this deck is a stun deck. So against Sky Strikers, flip this over, they lose. Against Gokis, they're gonna have a hard time. Overall, I mean, for what this deck does, like if you can get anti-spell fragrance up with a Share Right set in a zombie world, you're in a good position. Overall, you're in a solid good position, man. And then of course, like I said, the Synchro monster, he doesn't really do much, but when you do bring him out, when you have a zombie world on the board, he helps you out. Because your opponent's monsters are treated as zombies. You can special 1 zombie monster from either player's graveyard, so you can pretty much kill your opponent's monsters and bring them out. So this is my $30 zombie deck. Post your thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section down below. Do you guys plan on picking up the Zombie Horde deck today? Let me know. Yeah, so yeah, I'm uploading this as a surprise video because I feel like I gotta get this video out simply due to the fact that it's a Zombie Horde, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time. Also, this is part of the deck building challenge from El Exordio Duelista. So shout out to you, bro or sis, for making this deck building challenge. I hope you guys love my version of the deck. I hope you guys test it out, and I hope you guys do good at locals. So with all that being said, once again, this is InnovationYGO. Expect my second video to be uploaded today at 9 AM Central Standard Time. And I'm signing out. Peace. Catch you thotties next time.